Hi, welcome to the SmithCart video on tax. Today I'm going to show you how to set up and configure tax in the cart. So the first step is to navigate to the page where you have the Buy Now module and hover over the admin menu and go to select the tax option. Okay, the first tab is called Tax Setup, and that has all of the tax options. So basically flat tax on all orders. If you select that, you can enter a tax rate down here, 10%. You enter the tax rates with no percent sign or no decimals, just a whole number. So you would just enter 10 for 10%. So flat tax on all orders, that's going to tax basically all orders 10%, no matter where they're ordering from. So I could be ordering from California, I could be ordering from New York, any state, Canada, um, anywhere in the world, it's going to charge a flat tax on all orders. Flat tax and taxable states list. So what this is going to do is, again, you're going to enter a tax rate down here, but uh, you have to enter what are the tax regions that you want to tax on. So basically, you would go, if you select flat tax and taxable states list, you would need to go to the tax regions tab, and you would need to enter some tax regions. So I've entered California as a tax region in Arizona, so I'll enter another one. So I'm going to select my country, and I also want to charge tax in, say, Nevada. Never tax exempt, that means always tax. You can also enter a zip code here. That's optional though. So never tax exempt, that means we're always going to tax Nevada. You can you can select tax exempt by amount, so you could enter an amount. So all orders that exceed $200 will be tax exempt. Um, or you could make all orders tax exempt for this region, but I'm going to go ahead and say never tax exempt. So that means I want to tax always. So I'm going to save that. So now I have these three regions set up as my taxable states or regions. So let's go test this. So first, why don't we test the just flat tax on all orders? And I'll go to the front end. And I'll add an item to my cart. Okay, so I have added the POS cash drawer for $25, and you can see my sales tax is $2.50 because it was 10%. So no matter what state I choose here, I'm always going to be taxed that amount. Um, it doesn't matter. Uh, it's always going to be 250 no matter where I'm shipping to or ordering from. So that's flat tax on all orders. So let's clear this and then continue shopping, and we'll go back into the tax setup, and I'll show you the difference between flat tax on all orders and flat tax in taxable states list. So remember, we have our taxable states are California, Arizona, and Nevada. So let's save flat tax at 10% on those three states. I'm going to save, and then we'll go back to the front end. I'll add to cart, and now I have the $125 item. I have its sales tax of $2.50 because I'm in California. But now I'll choose Florida, which is a state that's not in my taxable states. So now I have a sales tax of 0 here, you see. So that that just showed you that we can configure the cart to only charge tax in certain regions. um, which is very handy. So let's go back and talk about some of these other tax options here. Okay, so that was flat tax in taxable states. Flat tax in my home country um, will will just charge tax in my home country. So you set up your home country in the store settings here. So my home country is the United States. So you can set it up to just charge tax in your home country. Um, that's that option. Use tax tables gives you a more granular way to charge tax. Um, so the tax table is right here, and the way that typically you would import the tax table because it's a large number of rows. So to import the tax table, we would go to import and choose tax import, and then choose my tax file, which is a CSV. And then if you need to see the field layout, just click here and it gives you sample CSVs, so you can see the layout of how you need to organize your tax import file. But it's basically a comma separated file with tax regions and then your rate. So I'm going to go ahead and import. Okay, so import successful. Let's go back and look and see if it's there now. So let's go look at our tax table. Okay, so now I have all of my tax regions imported here. So this, I'm basically entering, I have a specific rate here down to the city, county, state, and postal code level. So this is a real granular level tax where you're charging different rates um, down to really the city level, city, county level. So that's pretty flexible. You can also edit or delete here, delete the whole tax table. So that's used tax tables. HST is the Canadian tax. GST, PST, VAT, GST is used in Europe, Australia, um, and EU is Europe VAT. Different options for VAT by product. Zip to Tax is a service that will give you real-time rates, so you don't have to maintain your own tax tables because these tax rates, if you're maintaining your own tax tables, these tax rates change. Sometimes these, city, county, zip code levels change, they get updated, new ones get added, some get deleted. So it's actually work to maintain the tax table so that it's accurate. And if you're not accurate with your taxes, then sometimes you can get fined. So sometimes it's a good idea to use a service like a real-time tax calculation service because they're updating the tax tables all the time with the new laws and regulations. So the cart will pass the city, state, zip, county to the the tax service, and then they'll return a rate, and then we'll use that to calculate the tax. So that's a real-time service. Speed tax is another real-time uh, tax calculation service called CCH, speed tax CCH. And then you can charge no tax at all. So those are the tax options. There's a few more down here. You can do tax exempt by role, so you can give tax exemptions to certain people. So if you have wholesalers or distributors or resellers that you're not going to charge tax to because they have a tax ID, then you can set them up in a DNN role and then exclude them from tax, but then charge everybody that's not in this role tax. So that's a nice feature. And then you can apply tax before discounts, or you can apply tax after discounts. So everybody's different in doing that. And then there's also a tax selection under shipping, if allows you to configure tax whether or not you're going to tax shipping. So you can tax shipping tax shipping always, never tax shipping, or tax shipping only for taxable products. So if you choose this last option for taxable products, then there's a checkbox in the product setup screen that allows you to check which products are taxable. Um, but I'll just leave it at tax shipping always. So that concludes our tax setup and configuration video. I hope that helped. If you have any other questions, you can email us at support@smithcart.com or go to our website and submit a help desk ticket from the support page. Thanks for listening.